This is an excellent display here from Rashi. Very good job.
So an chain unending. Oh, unending gonna pop notification.
Wait, what? You ever seen a plane that big, Bradley?
Arcanine magician.
Okay, I haven't seen this one in a while. Ooh la la, baguette.
Okay. We are live, I believe. Yeah, indeed we are. Okay, awesome.
Hello.
Yeah. BMP versus Infinity. We have Sniffus as the starter, it appears, and I'm actually not sure I'll say the other name.
Any predictions on what you think they're going to be playing?
Nope, I have no idea. Oh, Crystron's and then well, you got me Yugi
It
Beyond.
might. And we have to wait till we see 30 cards.
Oh, balance. Okay, fair enough.
Yep. It's the debate. So what?
Oh,
Okay, I was gonna say not DM. I was gonna originally guess DM, but I guess not DM. Oh,
Okay. Fair enough. First
and somehow I always feel bad when I see Necrovalley slapped on the field turn 1. I don't know why.
It's probably the inner Crystron player in you, because you know that pain.
Honestly, I wouldn't even mind if card wasn't so degenerate. It has super nice art.
It does, but it's a floodgate. What it just says you don't get to play.
Yeah. But then again, it helped against Dark Horse, so I can't hold too many grudges.
Oh,
Yeah.
should we toss a poll out in the chat to see who they think's gonna win?
Do anyone have permission? I guess. Casey does.
How about say our caster should have permission to do that?
Yeah. Can you update current match players? Oh yeah, we need to update the match players. We have Sniffs at the bottom, and I'm not sure where it is at the top actually.
A drowning, huh? That's interesting. It's not a card you see very often.
Oh, but just
Oh.
okay. Explains it. I'm guessing Draw Sense Dark could be Draw, but I'm guessing Draw Sense Dark. Well, with Goki's has as monsters, this is not a bad game state to be in. And very beat down. Oh, there's Goki. Mel, you're still muted, by the way.
Do we think the invoked player has an out to this Necro Valley?
I'm not sure if they need it, but I'm guessing, do they still run Ballista Squad? I think some builds are running that. Seeing if the chat saying yes.
Yeah, it's
Ballista.
definitely like some do run, but I mean, the Necro Valley, for lack of a better term, tech makes me wonder if it actually would have a out to it in the main. Well, I guess they only have mains in this format.
Yeah, no side.
Ballista is a super solid card in this deck because you can pretty much secure your Alistair is gonna get to the right place. Because
That's
people
fair.
still try to lance him and karma cut him and all that.
Yeah, chat's
So it pretty much becomes 1-for-1 if used in tandem with fusion.
Chat's also
Bad aim is
speaking
also a
bad
good
aim,
shout. But I mean, again, with that drowning, it makes me question how standard of a list we're going to be seeing here.
That's true.
Also, hi chat. Hi James, hi Cosmic, hi Ricky. All the clappers in the club.
It's
The
not
real
that-
question is, since we've seen battle traps, that might mean he doesn't have enough room for spot removal that would get rid of that necro.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Which means, like, if he doesn't actually have removal for that necro, we can probably assume we're only going to see at most 2 fusions from him.
I get the feelings if that necro's not getting outed, and this could go to deck out. It'd be sad. Because I don't think the Goki player wants to swing in currently.
This puts Nix in a pretty awkward position because, as you said, he can go at most to 2 fusions here. So if even one gets flooded, it could pretty much be GG. I assume he plays flood. Like, I've never seen a Goki deck without floods. So.
I mean, flooded, ballista. There's so many just outs that are likely in that back row already.
Yep, and the sometimes I wonder, like, when you're in game state like this, do you have to go for it? Like, if you do, like, do you have to push now, or do you just, like, we'll just guaranteed print to lose later on?
I mean, I think the Goki player is kind of in control here and kind of is setting the tempo right now, at least. And it's on the Magician Girls to make a push.
That's what I'm thinking. I was like looking for the Vision Girl perspective. Do I have to push here? Like, where I like this back row or not?
Yeah, Magician Girl player has to check more boxes than opponent. He has to have out to necro, and then he has to have cards to play through all those back row.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I think the Magician Girl player has to be the beat down here at some point, but
Alright, so
your player
probably
chooses-
a set Alistair.
Honestly, would you even attack in this position?
I'm gonna deck that apparently. Just doesn't want that. I respect that. You don't get purged.
I think it depends on your back row if you attack here or not. But I mean, with the Necro Valley out, I think attacking is fairly safe.
But you've already at 34.
Yeah.
The problem is that Apple can potentially redirect you into something nasty, which can
Well, I would just be attacking the
easily
face
lead
down
you
like he's
into
doing here.
AFK. Because we've seen Art Magician Girl. So, I mean, Barry. So that would... I would
Yeah, but I mean,
assume
as-
they
as-
run
as
at
he
least
just did,
one
you-
Art.
Like, he went into the face down, which is what I would have done as well if I chose to attack. I wouldn't go into the apple ever.
Yep. Apple is pretty much walling him off.
But I mean, at the same time, it's on Sniffus to actually make like a big play because he's the one who decks out first.
Now, this is an interesting thing. He didn't search anything.
I mean, they're in hand already, probably.
Yep, at least one.
That's good.
I'm
That's gonna say
saying
we're about to
somebody's
see Dire, my guess.
Or Exceed play, if he's gonna get stopped.
He's wanted to out the Necro Valley.
Yep.
I would expect a flood or something here.
Yeah, as we mentioned before, he just floods.
So there's a delay on the Berry
Yep.
Girls. Yep. Okay.
Oh my
so
god, guys. This
he's
card is
running the
from the
ballistas.
newest box. You have to invest right now. It's top tier. Let's go.
Get 3 of it.
Get your one
Okay.
direwolf and forget it.
There.
As I wanted to say before, it's super dangerous to attack into up the Magician Girl because opponent can just special summon something that's not gonna get rid of you. So you keep the halved attack monster And then you can very well get lethaled over by Earth Fusion if you only have Fiendish and shit like that. So I think Sniffs is in an amazing position right now.
Novo is
But
here
we'll
and
see.
he is
Those
top
two
tier.
macro has to be
Yes.
something.
Yeah, the
Expecting at
Also,
least
we-
one of them to be a ballista squad. Ooh, double fusion though.
because
And
you can
he-
recycle. I don't think you're like. I think Sniffus could actually deck out the Goki player if it came to that.
Well, I'm expecting
Yeah.
the Goki player to have probably at least two. I would not be shocked to see 3 Necro Valleys in the main.
That's true.
I mean, we've seen balance, so what other spells would you run if not? Oh, he didn't flood the Ferg. Interesting.
Yeah, because I mean, I respect that. Like, you want to save it for the cock because that's
Yep.
the bigger threat. And like I said, I'm expecting that backer to be a ballista squad.
You got,
Oh,
yeah,
enemy
it's
controller.
others. Yeah. One of your other spells, I guess.
So we can assume he plays triple necro double equal and then that leaves spot for another spell. Which I assume
Probably a
would be
CC or something.
yeah.
Or a Lance.
Cosmic is pretty much the best choice because you don't really care about your monsters too much to bring a lance because like you get a plus from them dying. So
And this is good right here, forcing Sniffus to have another sort of answer or lose his lose the perk.
and pretty
And now
much now I've seen
Now what?
most lists run only one apple, so you have one source of fire. Which means he can't make another one without getting rid of Necro. Which
Yeah.
also means if he's running a bad aim, the Goki player just has to not activate anything and he can deck out.
We've already seen the dire wolf, so I don't
Yeah,
expect to see a
ballista
second one of those. And we saw a ballista squad. He could be running another ballista squad though.
I don't expect him to run another Direwolf.
Yeah, like there's definitely not going to be another dire wolf. So his only out is probably going to be another ballista squad. I feel like we're probably about to see an earth play, but I could be wrong.
Well, I will raise some eyebrows if we saw another water play, but we'll see.
The one time we see, well, we can't make it actually. Never mind. I was thinking of a quintet somehow.
Yep, Art.
The set monster dragons is not happening. And that would be all hand actually. So never mind.
Art in defense.
I mean,
Is
it makes
much-
sense. I mean, especially because we saw what looked like a damage step delay, and that damage step delay could have actually been on the other side. So there might be a mirror wall on the Goki side.
Or a clash. If that's your other side. Is your other side limit?
That could also be a thing.
I think
I-
you can't
I-
probably brace
I
with it.
wouldn't predict a clash, but I definitely have seen mirror wall a lot in Goki, so I would not be surprised to see a mirror wall in that Goki player's back row.
Imagine going for Clash player against Magellanic, and then you realize, oh wait, he's in defense. That's a lot. Is there a lore reason or something why all these Gokis have 0 defense or not?
I don't know.
I mean, they're supposed to be wrestlers. Clearly, they're just really angry, burly men. That's all I
So they
got.
skip to leg day, okay.
Yes. Alright, so it looks like Sniffus is either confident with his back row now, or just is feeling the pressure.
Yeah, he has 4 cards left. Oh, no activations. Interesting. He could have clothed himself, but also if he just set the leftmost card, if that was a bad aim, then he was rushing in too soon. Obviously, he could tell the delays because there is no Twist Cobra on field at that point. So he probably read it. Twills?
Really weird to me to be seeing Balance Goki over Endless Trap Hell, though.
Attacking into
I
Cockitus.
don't like swinging here personally, but
I think that was not a good idea. Especially with
I think the Goki player is worried of decking out, so I think they're going aggressive.
you know they're on the draw, like they're not the one to deck out first, like a one more recycle somehow, and then
Yeah, that's kind of my guess. They're worried that the deck out game plan isn't going to work anymore because the
sometimes
deck
that's happening
sizes are
for-
too close.
yeah, sometimes you see that happen.
And right there, the Ballista Squad kind of shows that the deck out plan wouldn't work. So I think it was correct to attack there.
Yeah, now he can cycle. Did you see
Drownings are
what
actually
he...
bad here, which is funny.
What did he tribute with Ballista?
Barry, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So does he have the third Necroval in hand? Yep. No, he just stopped it. What the? Okay, bro.
Yep. So
Too fucking far.
as we kind of predicted, there's the 3 Necro Valleys.
That's a rip, maybe. Let's see. Did I go through? Oh, no, tight.
Yep, okay. Oh, now he can search Alistair. Let's go. But he probably wouldn't reveal the skill even if it was Draw Sense Dark. So
I mean, you'd rather a back row anyway. You've already got an Alistair in hand.
yeah, and you can assume that's Alistair. So you can't even do the lethal play right here. But if you play ties, you could have lethaled him already.
I mean, or if he, drew another Goki, he'd go for lethal.
I don't like this play. If that middle card isn't Ballista, then... Oh, but... Why though?
Making sure.
I'm sure he wants to try to bait him into dealing his... Yep.
I'll take it, okay. Interesting.
That's actually a pretty big brain, unless he plays 2 Diamond Wolf. If he plays 2 Diamond Dars, then he's just gonna be feeling a little silly.
2 Diamond Dyers, but I could see a 3rd Ballista. Or even a
Can you
Goki.
check Banish power? Are there 2 Alistairs banished?
I think there's only one.
Because almost all Magician Girl decks run one water. So since he already used it for 1 Diamond Wolf, actually he banished it for Cockitus. He's pretty much out of level force unless there is a spicy tech in. But I doubt.
I would never predict a 2nd Wolf in a matchup like this. I mean, but he still could, in theory, make it. It would just require, right there, the 2 Alistairs, or it would be, whatchamacallit, it would be, he could go into a Kaliga, and then do Kaliga plus an Alistair.
If he didn't have Ballista, then this chain was such a throw for him. Or he just only has 2 outs.
Well, the drowning that ultimately, hilariously,
He, even without the drowning, he's still technically decked out first here in this scenario.
yeah, well, you minus the search and the drowning. I think the other person actually decks out first in that case.
Hirenzito amigo.
That's a rip.
Also, the Goki player had some questionable plays because he thinned his own deck a few times where he didn't have to, since he already had
It kind of depends on
his.
his hand. Like, if he didn't have any monsters in hand, you kind of have to take the search.
Yeah. Yeah, 20-minute game 1.
Yep. Any repeaters in the chat?
Let's see.
I wouldn't expect a repeat. Like, that doesn't seem like a good
Not
match for the
there.
Berry Girls. Yeah, that's a
Okay.
different thing.
This is probably either Shiranui or Kristrans with level duplication.
I'm pretty sure you would use a repeat if it was Shura.
Yep,
So yeah, it's gonna be
30 cards.
Kristrans.
That's kind they got big brained by that Wookiee matchup, like Necro Valley traps hits both of lead decks.
Yeah.
It was a bold move to bring non-endless trap help, but it worked out so far.
Assuming we see a turn 1 Necro and no CC from the
That would be unfortunate.
Discarding impact kinda.
No, I agree with
There's
in
a
this
lot of
matchup.
options.
It's protecting your monsters from their back row.
I don't like this play if he had something else to discard, because you could have set up the Black Rose Dragon, since you're going for it.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, unless
But we
he's
don't know
afraid
he's
of you
running-
can take.
We don't know for sure he's running Black Rose.
I would assume it's a mistake to not run Black Rose in level duplications, but we'll see. Still, he could have gotten a resource back, and then have the protection.
Yeah,
So
that's
he
fair.
might have all tuners in hand, actually.
It's not like we want to see, is it, all tuners? I don't play the deck off my here's not good. I'll do back row, okay.
Also, they've seen their opposing deck pretty much completely.
Alright. There's the Necro
Yeah.
Valley.
Yep, Necro. Also, I don't agree with his play where he milled Sulfafner first, because they pretty much saw the entire deck of Goki player, so there was no fear of DD Crow. He could have thinned his deck by one extra card, but it shouldn't come into play because he has only Suprex.
I mean, it kind of depends on the guy's build, though. Like, if you're only running Toothist, I don't mind sending the Sulf first, because you don't want to lose all your resources early on in a grind match like this likely will be.
Yeah. It's just small things, but it's
Yeah.
Sniffus playing, so I assume he has a good reason for that play.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, it really depends on the.
That's cosmic.
Yeah, that's definitely good for the Chris Run player, but it really depends on, to me, the I'm losing my words here. It depends on the ratios. Like, if I'm only running 2 and 2 of the level 3s, then I'll usually send the Solve.
I wonder if we're gonna see the Coral Dragon play here, since he searched for those next. He might also be going for Quarion with this setup, but I highly doubt it.
I was actually expecting Sam D.
Where's the land?
Okay.
Does it nerf like it?
I wouldn't go Sandy here because he didn't have anything to summon with Suprex. So that pretty much... I would assume he has another Necro in hand. Otherwise he would have set all 3 back row, or he has another Suprex. But we'll see.
I like that you can add the card and just discard it if you want to.
He plays double impact. No, okay. That's interesting.
So, I mean, that's pretty, like, the pretty standard build at the moment. Like, at least for whatchamacallit, for Dupe.
Wars? Or Dupe?
No, for Dupe.
Oh, that's
Okay, bro.
really bad.
Okay, champ.
Okay. So
Wait, why
apparently
not
we
you
are
just
seeing
saying?
the Chris Run's Jesus right now.
Well, that would also explain why he discarded Impact turn 1. He had double lands, so...
Bye. Rip.
Yeah, I mean, Lance CC, that's literally just God Gamer right there.
Lance, CC, Solve, and... Not Solve, Impact and Undyne. Must be nice. No, wait. He topped the lands. He set CC and lands turn 1. And you know, just your standard starter plus 2 back row removals against Necro Valley deck. Happens all the time.
Yep.
This matchup could have been harder if he opened, if opponent had any monster left in hand, but he pretty much got outed instantly, so yes. Oh, is this still Tomb's Dragoonity? Okay. He
Alright.
lost the coin flip. Feels bad, man.
Feels bad.
Now, problem with turn 1 Dragoonity against Crazy Thrones is you can't seal tombs now for free. So if you're not playing C-Stealth attack, there is nothing to CC, and you can very well get OTK'd, or at least put to 1000 life points depending on opponent's hand.
I kind of want to see it get banished and then resummoned later on by off the Corian Goddark somehow.
You could do, if you have... Let's say he plays Wielder, because why would you not play Wielder in duplication?
He's probably got 3 wheel guys.
He can summon. So he needs starter, he needs solve, he needs wielder, and he needs turtle.
Oh, that's
So
cute.
he
Turn
can-
Village Tombs.
With 4-card combo, he can banish him by making Quarion and then pop Quarion to get his.
So this guy really does not like your graveyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Now,
like...
this is where we're gonna see the foreground for lethal.
And you know, this kind of comes down to what we were talking about before the match, Novo, of I kind of expected to see more non-standard decks from I can't remember the name of the team. Yeah, Infinity, thank you. From Infinity, just because they are in a position where they need some sort of magic to happen here.
Yeah.
You know, you had to take the risk, and this going second could have been OTK potentially.
I kind of
think
want to
you
see the
could-
Corian for.
That crashed, we're good.
Okay.
Still
Stream
live
game
on.
is still fine.
Yep.
Yep, Undyne. Now, interesting thing about this position is because there is still Tombs in place, he can almost not make Inzectron setup. But since he's running Dupe, if he runs Inzectron, he can just run C3 into low. Yep.
Well, it's not quite what I wanted. It's still pretty good. It's probably good enough.
He's probably going Brio and spinning.
Yeah. Coral's not the player, Brio is.
Corral is pretty bad here because he can't make good use of him.
Well, you got no way to package Dragoony, so that should be a rip.
I think he needs the... Oh yeah. Good
You
night, bye.
can't, I don't think you actually can top. You guys, I think all your cards. I guess you can draw like a Dux.
Yeah, Dux is only way to rebuild the board, but like...
Off of a single card, yeah.
Unless this is huge brain play and he sets Sphere Kuribo to bait him, but I don't think so.
I mean, you would need more than a Sphere Kuribo. Like,
You kite
you're gonna need a Kite Roid.
Yeah, it's just the way
Now
we
you-
go.
now
Oh,
you-
oh,
Now
okay.
you're dead. You're
Oh.
dead no matter what now.
Goss, Sweet Revenge, blow up the board. Your card floats anyway.
Well, that was just dirt.
To be fair, the opponent did turn 1 seal 2 and she also felt it was a little dirty. Risky but dirty.
Yeah, he could have won that purely because of that cell tombs, but he had Solve in his starting hand, so no bueno.
I mean, even without Solve in the starting hand, if he just had a level 3 and a Wheelie Boy as well, it would have been the same result.
But
Yeah.
he didn't, so he took the risk, but it just Sniffs had the out.
Yeah.
Now, what would you counter Crystron's with if you were on side of Infinite? I'm thinking they might bring some Invoked deck, since it's not SSA version.
Yeah, they could do Invoked, but since this version has 2 impact, Cactus isn't as good as it
Unless you're
normally
going
would
in
be.
attack and then boosting, which isn't great, other than they make damages
Yeah.
anyway. It's not a deck I play, it's a deck you two know.
I mean, I could see a combo Shira coming out.
You do have to think that we saw multiple back row hit, which is pretty standard, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably 3 CC, but I mean, if they have to draw the CC to answer your Catan, and if you've got more than one Catan, then it doesn't matter.
I mean, it's not positive yet, they can still go, still go neutral as they're saying.
Yeah, pretty much you just need to...
Also,
if you manage to resolve one Katon at the right moment, you can just stop the entire play.
Hazy? I can't
That's
I
not
don't know why
Hazy,
they're
there's
there.
someone else who joined the channel.
I don't know why they're there. I don't have permission to handle that. There we go.
That was interesting.
Could have been a misclick. I don't know what that was. It could also be a misclick. I've worried about doing that and during a stream, like accidentally clicking on the channel.
I mean, it also could have been, you know, like they just closed down Discord while still in the channel, and then like restarted their application or something,
Yeah, okay.
and just got auto reconnected.
Yeah, that's fair. Could have happened to that too.
Okay, but I have one complaint about this stream. Why is Novo's name in lowercase? What is this inequality I'm seeing?
It's
That's not my
It's-
name.
Novo intentionally has the first letter in his name be lowercase, and it triggers my OCD to no avail.
I like my aliases lowercase for whatever reason. It's like how ZZ Mondo likes it. I believe he likes his lowercase too.
Ugh, Mondo. And his ZZs. They're taking their sweet time picking the deck, which could imply that they might have thought about using this pair to get rid of Crystron's. But then again, that's ambitious.
I was about to say that'd be real big brain predicting that their only Crystron would be in the start and expecting to beat it. Like like they have to have at least one dedicated Crystron counter. I mean, if we're putting them on like something non-standard, we might also see like Lunalights or something pop out here.
Yeah,
Depending how
Luna
crazy
have
they're feeling.
surprising good matchup against Crystron's.
I want
Especially
the-
the version that runs Kuriboss and shit like that.
I want to see what in the meta weekly where they steal the Saber Dancer and go, how do you like it?
Yeah, that would be a highlight.
So I mean, It's definitely going to be interesting. I mean, there's definitely a lot of choices they could have, but until we know more about their lineup.
And you were suggesting earlier they had more choices.
You know. Like I
But
said,
yeah.
I think for next season, like a good thing to discuss would be 3 decks, 2 lives. Like you still only have to beat a player twice, but each player gets 3 decks. I think it would add more skill to the format.
I agree with that, but we'll see what we think next season or off season.
Yep, Yami Yugi. Now, whenever I see Yami Yugi in the last year or so, I just expect some kind of invoked bullshit. Let's see
I
if
always
that's
think
right.
DM, but that's just because, ladder Papega.
Imagine playing DM with Yugi. Like, that's so awkward. You... Okay, open scrap. Let's see what he sets up. I assume he is gonna set up Amatrix with impact set. Could be wrong. Yo, War God, good luck today. Also, what's up, Sean?
Really, E4, you think the format is perfect?
Wise, yeah, you're talking Wise there, yeah.
Yeah, this format would be perfect if Karakuri didn't exist. It's just like wrapped up so many
I did.
things.
Would you prefer to be called Wise?
I actually never heard anybody call Wise E4.
I always just go with the start person, like a person's name.
It's fair enough. I mean, well,
Okay,
let's
we'll
see,
see
did
on
they actually
Lovely.
bring Evocation? Or like Evocation deck?
Now this is an interesting thing, because he can just force him to go into unoptimal play by banishing his scrap, so he doesn't have level 3 engrave.
Yeah, what's that?
So you're in a pretty bad position here as a Crystron player, because you either go into Amatrix right now, and then you just lose yourself, or you lose the ability to go to Amatrix.
So, the real question though is, are we thinking this is going to be invoked girls or roids, or some weird other option?
I'm probably wrong, but I want to see the third option, whatever that is.
Let's see, invoke Dragunity one time.
Oh, wins,
So, they
Flying
played
one.
around getting their Earth banished, which forces them to go into the Gakadas right here, unless they've got a fire in hand. But we know that there's an impact set, so
Well, they put in an attack then, and they will, okay.
right?
Well, let's go with defense, so, because Amatrix.
Yeah, let's say it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I guess it was still technically better in case he said accidentally click no, he's better put in attack.
I think it was better to go in attack here.
He did go in attack, then he got switched to defense.
Yeah. But if he had a choice, he would probably want to be in attack, because he's gonna get beaten over anyway. But
One
he's...
back row for the invoked player. That's a yikes.
Unless he has 2 kites in hand, he might get fucking destroyed on following turn.
Yeah, I feel like
Partner.
I feel like the Chris Runs player should, I was gonna say, go aggressive and use the impact right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
If he gets Citri here, he can most likely level dupe it to force the back row with coral, and then he can just beat over and potentially even threaten lethal depending on the rest of his hand.
Unless this is invoked rides, which then they probably have a kite ride.
I assume it is because you can't not have any back row. Come on.
I mean, I don't know. How many times have we played invoked back when it was like E-Sabers and we just opened all monster hands? You know, Phoenix Curse there.
Let's not talk about it. Fuck sabers. All my homies hate sabers.
Remember, we're partnered over here. With TOS.
Yeah, you can drop
Yeah.
the occasional F-bomb.
Yeah, I know. I'm just giving a gentle reminder there.
It just, you know, don't insult chat. Just, you know,
That too.
just let chat be cuties.
If we have to. Okay, bro, okay. What's up, Waller?
See, here we go. I'll send a cute copy pasta.
No, just okay. Fair enough.
You know what? Let's call it solidarity. Fuck.
That's cool, dragon. Okay.
Yep, that's what we talked about. Now he forces his back row. But this is a pretty dangerous spot to be in. Because if he doesn't have proper protection, Purg can finish him unless he finish opponent first.
Listen.
Oh, ballist. Okay, okay.
Get in the draw.
I think
I guess it's better
ballista
than
should
revive,
be
like,
kinda like the... We need to have a frame of ballista somewhere because that's card I've seen the most this season.
Now, if you're the Chris Runs player here, do you risk it and try for lethal, or do you just set up a defensive?
I would get a C3 most likely and poke with it first because there has to be Hydroid in question. Like, I don't see a world where he doesn't have it. Okay, okay,
Alright,
bro.
so yep, he went the defensive route.
And since there is a fat delay, we can assume that it was a Hydroid in him.
Or a sphere.
But depending on his back row, if he had a lens, there was no reason to not go in.
Alistair number 2 coming out. The same one, whatever. Could be a different one for all we know.
That's one place where being prismatic would be a detriment.
Oh yeah,
We'll
we
just-
accidentally summoned the different ones. Oh, now I know you have 2.
Oh, it's gross. So
Okay.
now we know what semi-limits he run.
Essentially, again, it could be a sphere.
I don't think it's a worth running sphere over Kytroid because of how prevalent Karakuri is as a deck.
I mean, he could be running both.
That's true. Okay, forces C3. Now,
Or, I mean, they could be going a more aggressive build and using spheres and then using their Simulate on an Econ.
Possibly.
okay, but now this position is actually kinda bad for Crystron player. Because we can assume he doesn't run Black Rose, considering what we saw in his extra deck. And he already used level duplication. So
No,
he
he might have Black Rose. We haven't seen a powered Zekdron yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen those two, and we haven't seen Sam D.
Yeah.
But like, you have to run at least one level 7 if you're playing Coral. Just doesn't make sense to not. Okay. Now, that's ballsy. Because this board is super war.
I mean, I think this is kind of the only play he has to go with, though.
Yeah. Yep, okay. And he decided to go in now. I think that could have been
Yeah, I think last turn he needed to like.
yeah. He needed
push.
to do this on previous turn since he had outs. But I don't know why he. Okay, since he used Kytroid to protect from that attack, we can assume it's Draw Sense Dark and not Destiny Draw. And since he has Alistair in hand, there was no need to let him proc the skill.
That's a fair analysis. It's probably accurate too.
Yeah, there's like he already had seen the Alistair. I don't think there was a need to go super defensive.
Yeah, and now this is such a nasty situation for him, because if he can't lethal him with this board, funny enough.
Yep. He can't lethal, and now he gets lethal on the back.
Crackback or
If
whatever.
that's
Yeah.
Ballista.
Cosmic.
Okay, that doesn't really matter. Okay, who would win? 3 level 5 machines or 1 level 1 spellcaster?
Let's find
Caster
out.
works
The
well.
only way that Sniffus wins this is if he has a lance that he just top decked. And the
That doesn't matter.
well, no,
because-
I was gonna say, and the invoked player doesn't have a extra invocation.
Okay. That was
The wrong
pointless.
order over here, yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's just extra dead if there is. There is Purg. We know
Yeah,
it's
we know there's a
coming.
perk.
Well, let's
So-
lance you maybe, then you might survive.
I don't think he has room to run Lancer because we've
Wait,
seen
we've already
it.
seen
play.
2 lances. There's no way that there's like a lancier or something.
Yeah.
He needed specifically to be able to set a lance there, and then he could have survived.
This should be Ravels, like, I don't know, Spear, which I doubt that too.
So pretty much.
This should be just GG right here.
Sniffs lost on the Coral play because he couldn't push with the. He couldn't push for lethal because of that ballista, and then he
Oh,
already
I don't
used
get it,
duplication. So pretty much he had no choice but to make a defensive play. But then it was a bad spot regardless, since he would just go for another Purg with first Purg. It was over before it even started. Yep. Now we've seen. Like, this is the thing with you, Invoker. You just start with 1 back row and you still beat the full opening Cristrons. That's kinda wild to me.
That's
Now the
because
score
perk just
is-
goes burr.
2-2,
Butterfly.
and I think it's around the time we're at the bouncing. It looks like I'll actually be back at the half when they're 5-5.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright?
Yeah, so
Now-
I will be.
And like seeing what perk does right there is why like seeing UTC show up in that rarity change thing, like if we actually get that card, that is terrifying. Because we're just gonna have another deck that just, you know, murders you out of nowhere.
Okay, chat. Who jinxed this man? Who said he's going positive? Show yourself.
Someone did him, or who it was?
Oh, it was Luller. This is all on Luller. Blame him. Or was it Mistletoe? Oh, it could be Mistletoe.
Let's find out.
But yeah. Solid plays from both teams. I think this was super important for Sniffs to get rid of the Necro Valley player. Now, I assume they don't have too many answers to invoke decks, so they rely on coin flip, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm watching presentations
Yep,
today. I'm kind of wondering.
it was Mist that jinxed it. Can't believe Sniffus went positive win rate for a week. Pog.
Okay, somebody ban this man.
That's a rip.
Also, seeing the prepare next match on stream made me realize I actually never saw Hammond summoning animation.
So I have to bounce. I'm opening up Zoom now, so yeah. Be back later.
See you
Alright.
soon, Nova.
Yeah, in about 50 minutes. Well, hour actually from now.
Have fun if you can.
Where is the disconnect button? I'm not seeing it here. One sec. Here it is.
Yeet.
All right, so I'm expecting we're gonna see something fairly standard from Bricks here. So what is your prediction here, Metal?
If you have a DM, now is one time to send a DM. But if not, you can just play Karakuri with Necrovalley mained. I mean, with Necrovalley tagged in. Not
Don't
a lot
worry,
of
I say
people-
mained as well. People aren't we mean.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like it's kind of main, but you also kind of have different sides for the same deck. But yeah, those are my two predictions. But we'll see. Maybe they have something that deals with it better. What's up, Wani?
So how about you, chat? What are you guys predicting we're going to see come in against these invoked girls?
Now we're gonna see Invoke Droids. Battle of Invoker, let's go.
Oh god. 6 Goki.
You know, Goki isn't even that bad against Magician Girls, but like, do
I
we
mean,
want to repeat
it beat it game 1.
What's up, Sham? No, we'll be back soon. Yeah, he's flexing with us with his 3-star chip badge, SMH2. Okay. Oh, if this is what I think it is, we're gonna see either a brick or a spicy match.
Do they send...
Oh my god. Man said, I jinxed you, bro, now I have to go in.
They're really sending WC, huh?
Which... what's up, no? How you doing? But yeah, he went Witchcrafters, he opened charge. I think this game might be done, not gonna lie. Especially since I assume it's spell special, which means he runs stuff like Cosmics, Night Beams, stuff like that. Otherwise you just couldn't deal with the mat. But yeah, Spell Specialist is kind of interesting choice. We've seen a lot of different skills being tested out, like Power of Dark, Draw One, even Show of Nightmares after it got changed, but I don't think anything sticked.
I personally like Balance, but I don't really think there is like a good list for the deck at the moment, but that's just me. Like, I don't have faith in this deck after the last ban list.
I honestly think there are actually not enough good traps to make Balance work.
No, there
Like-
are. You run 3 Archetype traps, and then you run either 3 Regeki Break or 3 Karma Cut or some combination of them. You don't actually go more than 6 traps, you're just doing it for the increased odds of opening a spell. Because by going with only 6 traps and then a whole bunch of monsters and a whole bunch of spells, you end up with hands where you're almost always going to see at least 1 monster and 1 spell.
There is some slight synergy with discard traps and how Witchcrafter spells work, but like, it's just in an awkward spot overall. Yeah, like, if you happen to have unlucky roll with Balance, you can just end up with 2 traps and that just makes your starting turn.
I don't think you can actually get 2 traps in the 30 card build
But
if you
it's
only do
27
6
card.
trap.
Interestingly enough.
What'd you say?
This is 27 card deck, I think.
Yeah,
not-
his was
which
27,
is
but I'm
kind
just
of
saying.
interesting ratio.
Yeah, I'm saying that if you do 27, or not 27, if you do 30 and you have 6 traps, I don't think you can actually whatchamacallit, I don't think you can actually open 2 traps.
That is, I think, real low odd, but it should be close to where it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've seen Galaxy Cyclone. Now we see Raiden.
Hey, Sniffus,
Opening
make sure to yell at Mist.
Yeah,
He's the one who jinxed ya.
Sniff. Mist said you're going positive, and then I think it all went downhill from there. So make sure to shout over him in voice call. Also, guys, you should wish Andy happy birthday, because he's a big boy now. Also, he comes in, just starts copy pasting. That's what I like to see in this chat. I wonder if he...
Say Black Rose have been better there if
Yeah.
he... Like, does he just not run Black Rose? Oh, Needle Sealing.
I think he
That's
didn't want to
interesting.
go Black Rose to not give his opponent Berg target.
That's actually fair.
Otherwise, it would have been a very juicy Black Rose. And he already used normal.
Don't think I would have used the Ballista there. That monster's down to 400 attack. That feels like a waste.
Yeah. He probably should have saved the Ballista for some future play where he tries to negate him with Vera.
Yeah. Like, that seems like a very potentially costly mistake.
Damn,
I
Zayat
definitely
really
agree with you there,
doesn't
Wow.
believe me. I can't believe it.
Yeah, well, I
Okay.
definitely agree that, like, either you use it early or you don't use it at all.
Yeah, like there was also a world where he uses it on Raiden, but like he wouldn't be able to plus off of that Invoker anyway, so. Or what did he tribute?
I mean, it looks like he's dying here anyway, so probably didn't matter.
Actually,
Unless there's a Kite Rod in hand.
he has Kite Rod, as we've seen
Nope, he dead.
previously, but not this time. Oh, but there was a delay. Oh, it was probably the trap. Okay. Yep. I mean, if you start your duel with Charge of the Light Brigade, you're pretty much playing unnerfed version of Witchcrafters. As it's one-off now, because you're on... Was it Holiday that's semi-limited?
No, I
as
mean,
well?
pre-nerf Witchcrafters still had grass.
Okay, bro, we don't talk about grass. This is family-friendly stream. But yeah.
Hey, I'm
Since
pretty
we
sure
haven't-
everyone in the stream still has, you know, grass is greener PTSD, okay? We can all suffer together.
Yeah.
Open grass, mill everything, win the game.
You know what they say. Open grass, eat. I'm gonna stop right there, but yeah. You pretty much clap the opposition with that. I've only seen grass Witchcrafters not win once when they opened grass, but that was because they milled both Veras and Edel without Holiday. And was like, bruh. Okay, so Mist doing Mist things. Witchcrafters did have very good matchup against Sabers as well, because of how reliant it was on monster effects. So it kinda makes sense. It's nerfed Witchcrafters are gonna deal with nerfed Sabers as well, you know? Okay, Karakuri. Another matchup that was
Did
in
we-
favor.
Did we see our restart delay or no?
I honestly didn't pay attention, I was reading chat.
I couldn't quite tell because of the skill was pulled up on the screen. If
Oh
we
my
didn't see a
God.
restart delay, this could actually be sealed tombs, which would be interesting.
No, I'm just gonna say you're a nerd. Shame on you for respecting your classmates. SMH. He probably actually doesn't hear this, huh?
Like I'm assuming this is probably restart, and I just missed the delay. Oh, wait, does H-Star not actually get restart? I have to go look at this now.
I think she has a lot of generic skills, but she might not have. Oh, was it balance? Can you scroll up? No, it was.
No, nothing activated at the start. So, sealed tombs, Karakuri?
Could be also Drossen's low level.
She does not get restart, so this, yeah. This is some kind of spice.
I assume it might be Drossen's low level then. I've seen that version kinda pop up more. It has less tempo.
It is
But
20 cards. That is a good shot, Vanny. But
oh yeah, you literally
but she doesn't
can't
have.
use restart.
I mean, she doesn't have the skill anyway, so.
Yeah. And this is kind of an older version, because running offerings is not what you do these days. But
I'm definitely thinking that this is gonna be like sealed tombs.
we'll see. He might not even get a chance to use it, depending on what's set. And he doesn't have... Okay, he has Masterpiece now. Yeah, if you're playing 20 cards, you just don't have enough space to fit all the back row. Core is just that big that you have a few tech spots left. That was a pretty nuts hand though. And he doesn't do anything. Interesting.
I mean,
that's kind of interesting interaction, because since you negated them, you don't have to go and attack with level 4.
yep.
Yeah, Hypa is unusual there. But Hypa is, I think, the best level 4 to run if you're playing level 4s, because in your ordinary turn, you can turn opponent's card into attack and then still have Hypa turn into defense at the end to draw a card. But I don't think level 4s are as good right now. But this is not first time Infinity has brought spice, so we'll see.
So what are you thinking, Mel? You think, like, standard, you'd just go with, like, 3 5s and 0 4s?
Yeah. That also kinda ups your consistency, because you can search other stuff with Merchant. You're more likely to open Merchant and Kunam's on hand. But we'll see. It all depends on his back row. Okay, there. That's Karmic. Are we gonna see a lens? This is actually super bad for him, because Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he already used the trap from graveyard too, didn't he?
did he?
think
He's
so.
looking check grave.
Check banish actually.
Oh yeah, he already used it.
Not
Because
the
he
banish.
milled it with
The
Shnia.
witchcraft banish.
Yep, that's it.
I'm gonna say I'm pretty sure some use it.
Yeah, as Zarek says, this could have been big brain bluff. Because I've seen 20 card draws and slow level being played in some tournaments. And it did decently well. Like, if you resolve a CC on the following turn, you either draw Merchant or Ninish.
Yeah, I mean,
which
bluffing skills is always like a smart way to do it. It's why, you know, like if you are gonna use, you know, invoked girls, using it on what you call it, using it on Yugi's good because you're bluffing D-draw.
Mikot also has a good point that draws in slow level don't run hype, because like imagine drawing hype on your draw phase. Like, what's this? 2017? Come on. We don't want beaters in hand.
Yeah, it has to be Sealed Tombs.
Or he could be playing super big brain deck, and that's actually no mortal can resist. Oh, let's go. Okay. Standard Shiranui stuff. I assume Nova can't hear us. Like, I wouldn't expect him to play stream during his Zoom meeting, but yeah.
I mean, maybe that's why he got lost, though. He's trying to pay attention to the game.
That prismatic square though. Oof. I would pay at least $2 to have that.
Have one.
Yeah, this is the reason why I don't like Karakuri. You either pop off turn 1 or you just don't do anything. It's a pretty stinky deck. And I think it overall lowers the quality of format. Hey Dom, what's up? I guess we'll never find out what his skill was. Feels bad, man. I was actually in the...
His skill was death.
Okay. I was actually in Team War stock the other day, and they showed the Karakuri win rate at being at 52%, which kinda fits with how coin flippy the deck is. You either start good and win, or you don't. Like, there is no real outplay potential with the deck. It really makes me sad to play in this format, or I guess in this meta to be more precise.
I mean, but that's been like the past few metas. Like,
Yeah.
look at, you know, last season. It was, instead of Karakuri, it was freaking, you know, heroes. And we've had Blackwing in a similar position where, like, if Blackwing goes second, it just goes burr.
Yeah, but like, even if you don't open optimally with Blackwings, you can still do... You had options with big performance making the Necro Valley, stuff like that. And this is just, literally, you either have combo or you lose. And this...
Okay, so then let's
deck is
use Heroes
considered
as the other
best.
example. Like, what did Heroes ever do first turn other than cry?
Yeah, that's true, but like, regardless if you go first or second with Karakuri, you just have to open combo. Like, you don't have a choice, and it's considered one of the best decks, is what's making this format really meh for me. Some people might like Karakuri rebreaking, but like,
I mean,
To each
at this
their own.
point, like, how do we, like, how would you even hit Karakuri more than it's already been hit?
I honestly wouldn't mind seeing that deck dead. Because it's literally ruining every competitive format. By
But again,
being,
what do we do to kill it?
we put Merchant 3 so they can't run CC. So they actually have real vulnerability to back row. And I don't know, I would see how that goes first. They
Like-
would use lands and stuff, but
I was about to say, like, they just start using lands, which in some ways is better than CC.
it kinda is, kinda isn't. Like
Like I said, it's a very some ways is, some ways isn't.
it's kinda tough to see what to do with that because, like, okay, deck is bad enough where it loses to itself, but it's good enough that you have to consider bringing it. And like, I don't know, man. I just don't like the decks. If it was a little worse, it would have better place in meta, if that makes sense. Like,
I mean,
it would have specific uses, but now it's just go and don't break. I just got sacked too many times, I guess, so I'm a bit salty, but like... I still don't think the deck is... I think deck is worse for the meta than Black Wings are. If we're being honest.
oh, they could kind of give it like the Crystron's treatment, and they could like put cash at 2 as well. Then you just lose out on that card completely.
Yeah. What's up, Hammer brother? Okay, balance. This could be DM.
Yeah, like I don't really know like a fair way to hit it. Like I mean, without just like killing it. Like I mean, I guess you could, you know, like the only hit I could think of that would kill it. Like, you know, you move like Nanishi to 1 and then the level 2 to 2, but that just kills the deck.
Okay, is this Kaiku pass type of situation? Oh. Breaking with balance. Kinda sucks.
I mean, it might not be a full break. They might. I'm guessing this is DM, so they might still have an active navigation. But I don't know if summoning the Kaiku is the right play here, unless that back row can defend it.
We'll see. There might be a discard trap or something like an idiot to stop the single play here. And priorities pass. Yep. Reveals Gozuki. So at least you know one of his 4 cards in hand. I don't know why he's thinking so much. Opponent can't activate anything at this point and you've already committed to augmentation play.
I mean, committing to the play, like if you suddenly like feel like it's the wrong play, like yeah, you lose your skill, but like sometimes that's just what you gotta do.
Oh, that was a sad hand indeed. But if that's navigation set and he top decks into DM, this could actually be super terrible situation for... Oh, never mind.
I mean, this is actually a pretty good player like position for the DM because they're getting rid of the tuner right here for good.
And I haven't actually felt any delays here, so could be Floodgate, could be Needle Sealing, could be Ballista.
My money's on one of them being Ballista.
Also, I'm just gonna say I don't like when player pull up without mat and sleeves. Like, I want to see what people like to put. Like, it's a minor thing, but kind of triggers me.
Clearly, they're just a basic. Yeah, they're just a basic B, for lack of a better way to say that on a stream.
Okay.
Yep. I kind of figured there was going to be a Ballista squad, so I almost feel like I would have gone for the back row there.
Yeah, I would have gone for the back row too. Oh, okay, champ. He has a summon. Is it another Gozuki? Yep. Oh, how tables have turned.
Just, typical Shira things, just opening everything.
Yeah, he opened double back row, Square and Gozuki as his first hand, plus one unknown card. Must be
Yep.
nice.
Just typical Shira things, just open all the cards, all the time. But seeing that he had the Gozuki to summon, I agree with the...
Wire. What?
I mean, yeah, that's weird. Like, it means he probably has the tuner in hand, but if you have the tuner in hand, why didn't you discard the tuner?
Yeah. Yep, and that's navigation, as we said. This could
Which
be...
is why I would have hit the back row.
This might as well be over right now if that's not needle sealing or flood.
Probably is needle sealing. Nope, flood.
This is almost lethal.
Oh, he probably has another zombie in hand, and he's probably planning on banishing this altar to summon back the tuner.
Yeah,
I still think sending the tuner is better, even if he's doing that play. Yeah, this just leads to so many questions of why.
And that's it. Might as well swing into them. Take away his DM privileges.
He had two. There was one banished and one in hand. I just don't know why he chose to keep the tuner in
To be fair,
hand.
Shem, Arcana DM is the worst DM. Fight me.
Are we talking art?
Yeah. Actually, there is one worse that looks like, what the fuck is this?
I don't know. I think the original Yugi art is worse. But I mean, for me, of the four arts we have in game, the OG one that you could only get for a limited time is the best one. Then I like the Dark Side Dimension
The one
one.
with the circle in the pack?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the latest one. And the SOD is actually surprisingly nice looking.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was gonna say the Dark Side Dimensions one would be the second place one for me. Then it would be Arcana's one, and then lastly the Magician with the tablet in the background. I don't know, I've never really liked that art.
Yeah, it ironically looks the most like it would be part of navigation art, but Oh, is this a repeat? This should be a repeat. Yep, it was announced. Okay,
and a repeat got removed. We're good.
Okay, I see you pinging Yosei, not me. SMH.
I don't pay attention to pings, so that's probably a bad thing to be pinging me.
Okay, too late, bro. Too late. I don't want any Meru loves. Get out. Okay, now this is already a better opener. unless one of those ballista, this could be pretty
If
troublesome.
it's a ballista, we're about to see a very sad DM player.
Not necessarily. He could still have Karma Cut for whatever he summons, but it would definitely put a dent in his plans.
Circle into Circle is also a very sad DM player.
No rod? Okay. It feels like you have to set 2. Because
You
if they kept Ballista to pop only one singular card, you can just get wrecked on the following turn. Like, it's kinda greedy for me personally to save Ballista for potential navigation snipe.
Very greedy. Which is what he was trying to do.
Yeah. Oh,
And
my
he missed the
goodness.
50-50.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about. Like, you have to
Oh.
do a navigation play here. Yep, Kaiku, yeah. He got punished for the greed. I mean, they're 5
Wait,
to 3. Oh. Was that a
Wait.
mistake?
was that a shame concede?
He might have misclicked.
He had to have
No.
misclicked, but was that like a shame concede?
Okay, what I think happened was he tried to click Kaiku, but when you try to summon from deck, the order goes DMs, Illusion, and then Kaiku. So he might have misclicked, because it would make no sense to not summon it if you had it in hand. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if he has Kaiku in hand, he would have just summoned him. Like,
Yeah, that
has
had to have
shown-
been a misclick.
Oh, that feels bad. To lose a repeat deck like that.
Oh, he opened Kaiku in hand and forgot. Yeah, assuming that's actually like a team person.
Yeah, you hate to see it.
Yeah, that's a big feels bad.
Any Brazilians in the chat?
It is always a rough feeling to use a repeat and not get a win.
Yeah, that was pretty much a one game at that state. For
Yep.
the DM player, but it happens. Like, I don't know. It just feels bad to get swiped by a deck you're supposed to counter. Like, losing 2 DM decks to one Shira player is just like, oof.
He won the 50-50 too.
Yeah. I mean, that was a correct play to set them, to set up bluff card, but... Okay, is this a third DM? Oh, no. Oh,
Wait, this is a replay.
oh, it wasn't on stream. We just can't see the hand. Nice try, Hazy, though. Nice try. I would like to ask them, but it would kinda sound like BM. And like, they don't need that right now. They need to focus and try to bring it back.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely a problem that can happen in this format and even like other formats. Is like if you get a bad beat like that, even if you're not the player like on the table, like the defeatist mentality, like it definitely can get to you. So like, hopefully they can shrug it off and just focus on the next game.
Yeah, like Team Wars is a format where you have to keep a strong mental and not only have good knowledge of decks, because you can get tilted by your own teammates before you
Yep.
get to play. Like, if you make a mistake and get tilted off of it, it's like, it's already done. Like, you can't make more mistakes in that match. But if you go into match tilted already, that can make you do some weird stuff.
Exactly. So, chat, while we're sitting here waiting, how do you guys feel about like the new shark cards and skills and all that?
I like
Anything
the
pique your
name of
interest?
them. Pog. Shark Stickers is a nice name. I'll just say that. You know what's not nice? That I found that piece of 25 times and I didn't get a single one.
I've already got like extras of all the farm cards.
Shark Drake is good, but
The
you
problem is it
can't
takes
really
your
play
skill.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes
Like-
skill and then 3 monsters for essentially beats. But okay, Stratus hits the field, so we can assume this is Siltoum's Heroes.
Heroes going first. Feels bad for them.
If he has CC, it might actually be super good for them. Like,
I mean, if
He
he has
just-
plasma as well, it could be decent.
Yeah. Standard stuff, mixed board.
I really hoped we had gotten the skill in the leaks that made it so you could go into the armored version of Lancer. But we did not get that skill. Like I thought that skill would have actually made Lancer good.
Okay. Chaos Lancer is good, but you know what else is good? Going second with heroes. Now,
Yeah.
if he has the same amount of CCs as the opponent has back row, he can just seal Tomb and destroy.
Well,
the
actually,
tiny
like
force
ideally for him here, he actually wants one of those sets to be a mask change, which he can use on Stratos, half a monster on his opponents, and then spin a back row, and then the other one to be a CC.
Yeah,
Because that
would-
actually lets him get rid of 3 back row total. 2 on his opponent's turn, 1 on his turn.
7 text deck slot is kind of underrated in heroes because a lot of people didn't play Blast for whatever reason. But now you don't have an excuse to not play. Especially since he's going into Shogun Saga. So Halving might actually make him a lot of good right now. And he keeps opening that Prisma Square. Hello, missed, chill.
Maybe he only has Prisma Squires.
Okay, bro. Oh.
Maybe he's that kind of whale.
But not Prisma Solitaires, then it's a shame. A real shame. Oh yeah, Zex, you're totally right. Second fish tapped charge after 3 years. Let's go. Okay, here's the mask change.
Kind of figured.
It unfortunately still beats over him,
But it gets rid of a back row, which is what you're mainly caring about here.
yeah. But does have a CC as well. Can I get a minus 50 KW in the chat?
Ooh, no CC, that's rough. So that other set is either a mask change or a polybluff.
Okay, Stratus is
Nope.
all as good. It
Yep.
forced. Now, he might just win off of that top deck.
Floodgate does
Yeah.
nothing here.
And you know he already has a poly, so...
Okay, so
That set
The-
should be mask change, because
Yeah.
I don't see them running too poorly. No, wait.
Unless there's a magical sphere Kribo from hand, this is GG for the hero player.
Well, they do sometimes run hand traps. You'll see. Yeah, where is Mumu? He loves his heroes. Okay, Shogun Saga's effect, not really relevant. Delay? Huh. Yeah, must be nice opening.
Double
Stratus.
mass change.
Yeah, Stratus double
Full
mask
combo,
change
double
and
mask.
Lion. Come on, man.
Well, I mean, after what happened with their DM, I think they're due a little bit of luck.
Yeah. Yeah. They definitely
evens out.
deserve. It kinda reminds me of our games against heroes, but yeah. Happens to the best of us.
Except for that was back when they still played Switcheroo, and they would open like multiple CCs, and like CC all of our back row, and then Switcheroo into mass change.
Hot take, but I'm glad Switcheroo got killed.
I was kind of indifferent. I feel
that
like
skill
all
is
they should have
always
done is just
beaten.
made it once per duel. I think they went a little overkill on it.
Right. They were always getting card they need with Switcheroo, and we were always getting Neos with Switcheroo. Like, I don't wanna think about that, bro. Get that skill out of my face. But yeah. Hero has a really good predisposition to streak, especially with sealed tombs. So it does have a lot of interaction with decks nowadays. Like Karakuri can't use Gamma Oil, can't use Trap from Grave. Craystrons obviously can do Craystron stuff under sealed tombs. Shiranui, as we've seen. Actually we didn't see, but sealed tombs would have made his turn pretty much impossible to do.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to think that like sealed tombs went from being like just the skill you slapped on everything to you rarely see it nowadays.
Well, it's pretty much. I think it's good. It's matchup dependent. You just can't slap it onto everything. It should be like that. You shouldn't be allowed to have a generic.
I feel like they over hit the skill. Like I feel like it should just be a cost, not having to be 1,000 lower than your opponent.
Yeah, they could have done that. But that also gives you opportunity to, like, if you play against Arrow Mages, you can just use it for free. Fulgurs. Also,
Like I personally don't like when they like hit a skill so hard that it's dead. I would rather them like at least make it like so it's like still usable. Like weaken the skill, don't kill the skill.
to be fair, I think they did it correctly with Sealed Tombs. And they should do more nerfs like that. Like, Access Denied, I can understand, but they just neuter the bandit so much. Like, I loved playing vampires with bandit.
Right. So for No Mortal Can Resist, like I think the biggest issue with No Mortal Can Resist was more it just had unlimited uses. Like No Mortal Can Resist needed a once per turn or a once per duel clause from the get-go.
Yeah. I'm glad that the skill is dead.
Yeah, it was
Like-
definitely a very degenerate skill. Like I think like personally if I'd been the one to hit it, like I don't remember how they changed it, but I would have done something like you have to
They
get 2,000
made it-
lower.
Yeah.
And then
2000 lower, and then it's once per duel, which is
Yeah.
like, oh, good riddance, finally.
yeah, if you do 2,000 lower and once per duel, I think like the skill is still technically playable, but drastically weaker.
Okay, now we have an interesting situation here, because you're in a spot where having C-Stealth attack actually makes you be in a worse position.
I know
Because
that's
if he
actually what
hits-
they did. I'm a potato.
Now, you have opportunity to CC Umi as a
Oh,
hero
no.
player and use Sealed Tombs
Sorry.
on turn 1.
What I meant is just lose 2k LP. Sorry. Like, not 2k lower, just lose 2k.
Yeah. Okay, didn't do it. Now let's see if he mills sulfur, if he has it in hand. He's tonking real hard. But yeah, the thing we talked about with Siltum on your first turn would have probably mattered here, since he's most likely gonna search Solve off of that taster. So his graveyard would just be shut down completely. Yeah, well, that's exactly what I said. Oh, he has a wielder, so he would have at least some play. Okay, is he gonna go Brio for 4? Let's go. Okay.
Brio actually could have been a lethal push here.
He probably read the delay, and since he didn't use CC, he can assume it was mask change.
Yeah, that's fair.
So he most likely wouldn't been able to, unless this is a huge brain bluff. He might still... Oh. Okay then.
Crystron's just wins now?
Okay. Yep, that. So he decided to take a risk and not CC his
Okay,
own.
why... Now, is he just BMing with that? Like, why would you not just pop your field spell there? Oh, I guess he's assuming there's a CC. That's
Yep.
actually smart. Yeah, so he's just gonna go into a Amatrix here and then win. That was actually smart, because if he had tried to pop the field spell and there was a CC there, he didn't have lethal.
So I personally think it was a mistake to not seal tombs here.
Assuming there's a
Because-
CC back there.
Yeah, I can't imagine two activatable cards, two dead cards in this deck. Yeah, it was CC.
Yeah. So the hero player threw this.
Yeah. I mean, it's a risk you have to take. But turn 1 Seal Tomb is the most impactful Seal Tombs you can have against Crystons. Like, later on it becomes so much worse because you already have a lot of advantage set up. It wasn't exactly a throw, it just... he decided to not take the risk. And he got punished for it. Simple as that.
Yeah, and like we saw the CC get revealed, so I don't get why you wouldn't just CC Umi turn 1.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about before the match started. Like, the C-Stealth attack version is weaker because of that threat of Seal Tombs turn 1. But
Yeah, at least against heroes,
Yeah.
but when the heroes player decides, you know, I just want to throw the game, they just want to throw the game. I mean,
It is
maybe he was trying to be greedy, like maybe he didn't think he'd get lethaled
yeah,
and wanted to like do a lethal push with Sealed Tombs.
but he also had to think, if he had Solve in hand, he could have pretty much Query on him, and having 3k life points would be lethal. So it was probably between, oh, am I gonna Seal Tomb or am I gonna risk getting Query on, and then he got punished for it. Simple as that.
even
I
like,
wouldn't
with,
exactly call that a throw, I would just call it an unoptimal decision. It also depends on what he had in hand. He might have had
Yeah.
double malicious. You never know.
but whatchamacallit, if he Seal Tombs early, the exact hand you need to Quarion is you're gonna need a wielder, and you're gonna need to hard draw the
Wielder and
salt.
Solve in hand. But yeah. I'm just trying
Like,
to
that's-
think what he was thinking. Okay. See. Shira with one set is a brick, Shira. You can't convince me otherwise.
100%.
But does he have follow? He's probably thinking what to do. But I would just... If you don't have lethal, you can just set up Brio plus C3 as a safe play. Okay, we see Undyne. Adds brick to the hand.
I will never consider controller a brick. That tuner is useful.
I mean, bricks are also useful. They can make your house, but still.
Okay, sir, touche.
He can still make a non-machine synchro at this point. If he has wielder, it's just OTK with Brio. Like, 20, no. He'll be 100 of lethal. Never mind. So, this
1 second, I have a phone call. I will be right back.
No worries. Okay. Now, this is a tough spot to be in for Crazy Throne player. Now, he can go into Ametrix and float, but if he gets destroyed, he doesn't get switched to defense. So, Shiranui player can just pop his back row right now with Sun Saga's effect, and with level 2 that's engraved from previous turn, he can go into Hades to negate the float. Yep. Turns him into defense. Yeah, that's exactly what he's going. Or he could go for lethal play actually, because there is no impact in grave, I assume. Yeah, this was greedy by Siperors, not summoning. Oh, he doesn't go for lethal. Okay. I mean, this is a safer play, but like, I don't see how he could have stopped that little play. Sipper also should have definitely summoned he should have summoned Ametrix into defense, but he didn't get punished for it. I think he realized too late that he should go for Samurai Sag. Okay, is this gonna be a massive Brio bounce? No. Goes for Coral. So he's gonna set up a level 6 into level 7 play, most likely. He can... yeah. This is gonna turn into Quarion. And I don't see him coming back from this one. Now solve these cards. Rosnix gets C3. Rosnix makes a token. 1 plus 2 plus 6 is 9. Or is he going? He doesn't do the Quarion. Okay, he does. Just in a kinda slower way. Yeah, however, if he went for Samurai Saga and then Samurai into Shogun, it was lethal over Amatrix. He doesn't clear his field though. But there is not much you can do at this spot as Shiranui player to come back. Now the best thing you can do with Gozuki is send Solitaire and then you... Oh, but you needed another zombie for that. You could have crashed, banished Solitaire, summoned the zombie and then return the Samurai, return the Sun Saga, but it's too late now. Yep, this is just pretty much bullying at this point. I can only assume that nerfs are getting to infinity at this point after what happened with the DP deck. Oh, there was no... Okay, he just thought it's GG. Yeah, they got punished for that throw. So it's only on Overguard to try to bring it back. It's not uncommon to see people win 6 games with 2 decks, but I can't imagine his mental state being super good after today's war. He might already be tilted from what happened with the M game and for the few throws that happened in previous games. But hopefully he can run it back. Super Orzo also misplayed, but he didn't get punished, so... Hazy running another ad, I see how it is. Okay. Chat, if you can hear this, you're all cuties. Damn, that's a lot of people watching them. Okay, so let's see what Vargat brings. We see Yossi, so it's most likely level duplication. I must say, I'm a fan of Utopia Matin Slaves. They're pretty nice. And we see Kristrons with unoptimal starting hand. Having to use Tystorm Pop on first run. probably gonna pop Umi and go into Amitrix.
Alright, I am back. Sorry about that. A friend of mine
I
brought
am
me
also
some
back.
food.
Oh well.
Because my class just ended.
Novo, I've seen you in chat. You're not very diligent student.
Oh,
I got,
I was watching presentations, and only one was interesting in my opinion, but
I got some free barbecue.
Nice.
Sudoku puzzles and how many solutions there are for Sudoku puzzles.
Zarex, I'm actually working on that Shark Drake map as we speak. I made the auto duel deck that only has that Xyz in it and like do your best AI.
I was guessing the score will be 6-6, but I see things didn't go that way.
There were a few throws, and you guys just missed Shiranui missing lethal
That's a rip.
on Amitrix.
For which side?
For Side of Infinity,
Oh,
basically Super also summoned Amitrix into attack in response to Sun Saga, and then Sho had the opportunity to make level 8 play, which would have been lethal, but he went for Hades instead.
Oh, that's a rip.
But yeah.
Well, let's see this last man standing. They can turn this around.
Yep. And War God was in the chat already, so
Well-
he came for that streamer luck.
Well, I mean, Shira is one of the decks that I would, say could make a comeback from this position.
I mean, we've seen Shiranui go 10-0 already in Team Wars. You
Like,
just have to
Shira
open for enough
and
time.
Kara are probably the two decks in this meta that I would be okay with having as like my last deck up against the world.
Did we actually see Karakuri today?
We've seen Drone Sense level Karakuri.
Okay.
Or it was either Drustin Soul level or it was
I
Shield
think
Tomb, which we
Zarex
don't know.
confirmed it.
Oh, I didn't know if a skill got confirmed because we never actually saw one used.
It gets confirmed for the match report. Oh, there's a double cosmic. It's fun. That'd be a rip.
Okay, good night. Now, there is a very good chance he's just gonna get OTK'd here.
Yeah.
Because of that ties for Engrave.
Yep. The question is, do they use their repeat? Well, they only have one repeat left, but depends what their last deck is. They've got one player and one repeat. So do you think they would use it here?
I think they probably would.
This
I
is a
don't
good
see
night,
that.
nurse.
Wait. Okay.
What?
Yeah, this is still lethal. He's still.
Yeah,
Wait,
still
has he
4K
used?
damage. Oh, it's defense.
Oh. Never mind.
Yeah, he had to use this one to search the...
Yeah.
So,
So not lethal.
I mean, kinda is.
It's 4K exactly, isn't it?
Oh.
Yeah, he just...
Yeah, it doesn't
decided
synchro.
to not synchro.
Yeah. If there was a spear, that would be a punishment. Yeah, no spear. Gotta run that spear. Apparently.
Nah, Sphere is overrated. We either run Kytroid or bust.
Got rid of bust. Normal Creeble or bust.
You know, I've been cucked by normal Kuribo more times than by a Sphere, not gonna lie.
I mean, it can just come out of nowhere where they want the monster to die for a reason. They're playing normal Creeble instead of Spear Creeble.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I see normal Karibo on the ladder way more than Sphere, and I'm just purely saying that's because they don't have Sphere.
Okay. Lying is wrong. I don't even know the context of that, Andy, but it's funny.
Okay, he's repeating.
Okay.
Alright, so Shira against the world.
Yep, get 6 decks, let's go.
We've seen crazier happen.
That's true.
Yes, indeed.
I mean,
No
I
pressure.
remember back in like Red Eyes meta, we had Ravi reverse sweep a team with Red Eyes.
He got Player of the Week, I believe, for that.
Yep. Didn't like he ended like 10-1, right?
No, it was like 7-1, I think. It was... but we were down we were down ourselves. Pretty
Yeah,
like, eight
I
and-
thought he actually got like the full reverse sweep.
He did not get the full reverse sweep, but we were like two. He was the last man standing.
Okay, no, it's 7-1.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, X0 saying 7-1. It was 7-1. Yeah.
He went with square this time, so he has a lot better chance of winning. Okay, 3 back row. Let's see. Let's go. Shira
Hey,
didn't
True
break.
Day one time. OTK.
Trinade and Chris runs would like actually hurt my brain. Like I think I'd have to just
They're not playing the
I'd have to just step away for a minute.
I want to see it though.
Leon overrated. Grenade activated.
It's Rion and the whatever. it's
Chris
called.
runs has never run Trinade.
Yeah, even when you could, you would just run Clash or Recon.
You know, the great
Sometimes
thing,
Or Pulse Mines. Pulse Mines was a thing for a while.
it's True Nade and Pulse Mines for the limits.
Or, if he has a Ballista squad here and pops his back row, he can go to level 10 play next turn. But does he wanna do it?
He's thinking.
Yep, he decided to do it.
I don't even think I'd go for
Oh.
the back row. I think I'd go for the monster.
Shem, I actually played Current in Dark Lord meta because it made Rosnix beat over every Dark Lord pretty much. Pepela. It didn't do too well, but like, it was funny when it worked.
Isn't it the same thing when you pop the monster because it also influence everything?
Yeah, fair.
And he gets OTK, not even gonna mill. Like, okay. He didn't have Pogo on, so I assume he had another Ballista set. There was a delay on Gozuki attack, but then it was gone on Sun Saga's attack.
Well, that's one down. Just the
Okay,
rest of the world
5 more
got-
to go.
Yeah.
Kinda nice to see that our logo of Infinity is just straight up Cyber Dragon Infinity. I'm like, okay, bro.
God, if that card ever came to Duel Links.
I could see Cyber Dragon Nova though.
I
It's
could see
just
Nova,
bad enough.
but in Infinity. Ugh.
But Infinity can come, but in that case Nova can't. Simple as that. Like,
Yeah.
you won't have a deck that makes it.
I'm gonna make it with triple what should we call it? UFO Roid.
They just might do that. Oh, Black Wings. Does he go first? Hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Blackwings is going first.
Does he have a Necroval play? Or is he gonna do something else? Stay tuned.
We've seen Needle Sealing in this list, haven't we?
No, we saw
the
Needle
Shira?
Sealing in other Shira list. It got CC. Ooh, set 1 pass. This can just be OTK if he has. Oh boys, is it coming?
Are you seeing another win here?
Oh, it's
Oh, it's Og, not Dupe.
Oh, the other player has been using dupe. No. But if he has level 20.
No, TK.
But now he can't use Simone without Zephyrus.
I mean, he can. It's just if he doesn't win that turn, he dies.
Okay, you know what I meant.
Only one back row?
That's monk. You don't want to see that?
That's not good.
On the bright side, no cosmic.
Yes.
They're a little short there.
Just a little.
Can I have a small loan of 501 life point, please?
Still 499 and one. You're still 500 short, actually.
Okay, that is crack. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Hopefully he has a A level
I mean,
3
if
in
you're
hand.
doing that, you would think there's a level 3. You know. Otherwise, you lost anyway.
So like he can go into
You got 2
anything.
Gales. That's my question.
I don't know if he cannot TK without Simon.
There's another Gale, maybe. That would do it. Or a Bora. But I feel like he would have done that already if he had it.
He might just go into Necro to clear the Sunside.
Not a bad idea.
I wouldn't even clear, I'd go into defense.
Want to attack, apparently. Now he can Cosmic.
Hey!
No,
He's got life
Necros.
points again. He got that loan.
Oof.
It is the Cosmic, probably.
Minus 350 in the chat. KW. Yep. Fairy Dragon.
CC would be interesting here because it's like Rivet's game.
Well, we know that he has Gozuki in hand, so like he has Ballista live.
Oh, nope,
Oh.
not anymore.
Oh no, such.
Wasn't even a ballista.
That probably wasn't going to help you anyway, right now.
Nah, the needle could've.
If they extended further, yeah.
Yeah, like.
Which they
It
might have
will
because it would
depend.
KO. Or try to.
He needs a very specific hand OTK.
I mean, he
Like,
needs.
you'd have to have level 3 tuner and Zephyros to...
Or he needs Bora and he just pierces.
Hiyotama deal 250 one time, and actually another Hiyotama did another 250.
Oh yeah, Bora Pierce is lethal. You are correct, Metal.
But he could have said Gozuki, but like.
I think Bora Pierce is still lethal over Gozuki.
Isn't Gozuki like 1100 or something like that?
I'm pretty sure it's only like 400. I could be wrong.
I'm about to find out it is, what,
Oh.
800?
8. It was kinda like in the middle ground, I guess.
Yeah.
They're zombies, they're squishy. That's all that we need to know.
They have low defense normally.
Crazy how that works. But now, if he topped Cis,
Okay, that's probably, I'm guessing Lance.
Lance. Yeah.
yep, Lance. But that opens him up to
Water life point comeback. Oh, they're only comeback.
To
Didn't make
Simoon.
it, you know.
Simon play, yeah.
Oh, but it's drawn too.
He does just top deck Simon, come on. But does he have lethal? He needs a level 4 in
Right.
hand. He has. Yeah, I think this is just GG.
It's Raikiri then, probably.
Yeah, I feel like setting the Lance was the smart play.
Yeah, he should have definitely set the lens.
Yeah, and then boost, and then like lower it, even that matter, like, or just wait until they attack and then lower it. Yeah. Oof. Yeah,
Rip.
a bit more.
It was a good attempt.
Well, I guess the next thing are interviews. If you want to do that one, let's see. Ask in the war room. I'm not actually sure how to drag them over, but
Hayes, you can do that.
yeah.
We should interview Gift or Groshus because they carry this week.
Probably. Let's see what we get.
But regardless, this war was clean for the most part. Both teams had some pretty nice plays. It was enjoyable to see only one Karakuri.
Well, fine. Just yeet us down here.
Yeah, like not like we could see the interview booth. Okay, bro. Rude.
Wait to get consent. God.
I don't think Hazy likes us. He just threw us into this
Yeah,
booth.
just
He
whipping
just
us around.
booted us out.
I just dragged you guys over here anyway.
Oh. Okay, bro.
What, did Annie blow us off? You might have.
Nah. So, I'm the only one that doesn't get thanked for being here today. I see
Oh,
how it is.
I didn't see that.
Oh, the the BM, the middle.
Okay.
They didn't like your casting apparently. That's a rip.
Well, I'm sorry for saying the truth, okay?
They hated you because you told the truth.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be here with my red name. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, gosh, is anyone coming? I don't think anyone volunteered yet. There's a little camera shy, I don't know. I don't feel like Andy would be, but whatever.
Okay, that was kinda BM, you'll say.
That is not BM.
It
Well,
looks
it's like
like
my-
BM.
That's like my favorite emote, okay?
Okay.
But yeah. Nice copy pasta, Hazy. I've seen that.
My favorite is the one that you love and demotes a channel.
I guess they're not gonna come to interview and we're just gonna raid Nif instead. That works too.
I
He's
think Andy's
coming
actually
now,
coming.
but it's
He's
too
coming
late.
now. Oh, that's funny. Let's do it.